be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
For me, art is an agent of change. Anything that highlights life.
They know it's an art form when it has a story, when it speaks to them.
Art is an expression of the soul. Pinapakita nito kung anong kaya ng tao.
The product of the reaction to something.
Love and passion
and anything in between.
It's the highest form of language.
So it's got to be honest.
A vehicle for expressing your thoughts, your emotions.
That when we see it, we can't keep it. We need to share it.
It's not shared by two or more people, then it's just the work of a crazy person.
For me, art is important because
it makes you think.
I like the idea of creating something out of nothing.
Think of how you can improve your own life, the lives of others.
To have something in the world that exists that affects people.
It is what allows us to feel.
Without it, we're nothing more than robots, just rocks.
If you don't have art, you merely exist. Art draws out the humanity. So art elevates existence into something else. Does that make sense?
We are unable to inspire and to move people into action.
It's your way of sharing and giving back to the people.
Without art, I think life would be boring.
Because everyone has to have some sense of creativity in their life.
It's not beautiful without art.
If you have a point of view,
You are an artist.
An artist is someone who sees things that no one else sees.
with the mindset of moving the society forward.
Anyone can be an artist as long as you are honest.
Courageous.
Art makes you just that much more sensitive to things around you.
To allow growth in our lives.
A reflection of the beliefs and the desires.
It pushes me to improve every day.
It makes me appreciate all the little things.
Iba yung tingin mo sa mundo eh. Art is everything.
Hindi ako mabubuhay kung walang art.
Actor and director.
Actress.
I'm an actor, singer.
Actor,
It's an actress and a singer.
actor, playwright,
Theater actor.
An actress. An actress.
Actor.
I'm human being.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako. Maarte ka po.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Conan, and on this show we talk about everything under the sun. And tonight's topic is once again about art, as we are celebrating National Arts Month. Now, folks, last week we had Cecil Guidote Alvarez, the former National Commission for Cultural Arts Executive Director. She's also the president of the Philippine chapter of the UNESCO, of the ITI, of the International Theater Institute, and the founder of UNESCO Dream Saver Center. She was a guest last week, and she shared with us her insights on how to empower people, how to change society, how to change the world using art. Today, we're having another guest on the show who is also an artist, a very talented, very dynamic visual artist, who will also talk about art, but with a twist. Because aside from talking about his work and his art form, we're going to talk about his work in Georgia, because he will be soon the first Filipino artist to exhibit in the Republic of Georgia, which is in the middle of the Caucasus. So it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce on the show one of Bicol's favorite sons, Pancho Piano.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening po. Welcome to Philippines Uncut.
Yes, welcome. Thank you.
Alam niyo po, whenever I have a guest who's an artist, I really look forward to it. Kasi po kayong mga artist ay punong-puno po kayo ng passion and very inspiring. And talaga yung energy nyo, nararamdaman ng lahat tayo, pati ako, yung viewers, when you come here. Kasi you really feel for your craft and talagang kitang-kita sa inyong mga obra maestra.
Yeah, opo.
Opo. Now, Mr. Piano, tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Pancho Piano?
Si Pancho Piano po ay isa, taga-Naga, taga-Bicol, and this is my t-shirt. We just finished our art conference, art congress, and ito po, Bicolores. Si Pancho,
ganda naman yun, Bicolores.
Bicolores. Katatapos lang raw. So kararating ko lang dito sa Maynila. Then marami po kaming naging panauhin at nag-share sa mga kabataan at mga iba't ibang level ng Bicolano.
Ilang pong taong dumayo po or ilang artists po ang nag-participate po sa Bicolores?
Actually, mga 36 ang participants namin from elementary, high school, and may mga teachers and college.
Okay.
So,
is this the first art congress na itong Bicolores? Unang-unang Bicolores ba ito?
Ito ay pangalawa namin
Okay.
sa paka-organize namin sa Lingoy Art Group. So itong grupo nitong mga Bicolano artists, siya ang nag-encourage at nag-initiate dito sa ArtCon na ito this February.
Opo. Kamusta po yung yung arts sa Bicol? Buhay na buhay ba ito sa probinsya niyo?
Yes, buhay na buhay at marami rin pong mga gumagawa doon, mga artist din at masaya po at marami kaming na-share. Sa akin naman, siguro lahat ng mga simbahan at mga establishment doon ay pasalamat ako sa mga Bicolano at talagang ina-appreciate nila.
Yes, in fact, pag napunta kayo sa Naga, pag napunta kayo sa Bicol, kilalang kilala si Mr. Piano doon because as I heard that yung inyong artworks po are all over the place in Naga.
Yes.
Asan po matatagpuan inyong mga artworks sa Naga?
Sa Naga Cathedral, sa Basilica, Piña Francia Basilica, sa Sorsogon, sa Masbate, sa Catanduanes at sa Albay.
So really all over the
All
region?
over the region.
Opo. Mr. Piano, how long have you been an artist? Mga ilang taon na po kayo gumagawa ng mga obra?
Mga 30 years na. Simula nung ako ay nasa Naga at the same time dito na sa Maynila. So mga 30 years na ako nagpa-practice as a painter.
Paano po kayo nag-umpisa po sa inyong craft?
Yes. Una, nung high school ako, kasi wala akong materials doon lang sa seashore, sa may dagat, ang aking canvas ay yung mga bangka. So yung mga fishermen, pag tuwing summer, hinihintay ako and then nagko-contest sila kung anong ipapalagay sa akin. So tuwang-tuwa sila. Kasi in-express ko naman yung mga iba't ibang subject, iba't ibang images doon sa karagatan. May seahorse, may mga ganon, may mga kung ano-ano.
So doon talaga nung umpisa yung inyong exposure
Yes.
sa art, sabi nyo nga sa tabing dagat, those images, seaside, marine images.
Oo, sabi ko, parang yung art ko, yung painting ko, since nasa motorboat, parang nakakapunta sa iba't ibang lugar. So pag nakita na nila, sino ba ang gumawa niyan? So pupunta sa amin lugar. So,
I noticed yung artworks nyo, which I've had a chance to see, parang very fluid.
Yes.
Yung very, there's movement. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong po, siguro yung inyong yung inyong childhood dun sa tabing dagat ay naka-impluwensya po sa inyong estilo.
Para yung mga waves, saka yung mga tama ng alon doon sa mga bato, yun. At may calmness and yung reflections ng yung sunrise, sunset.
Yes.
Yun, doon ko na hinuhugot.
Parang very big in your art form also parang nga sabi niyo reflections.
Yes.
Because of the interplay ng light and water and colors.
Yeah. Okay.
Alam niyo, Mr. Piano, when I introduced you, I said you are a visual artist. Na yung pag sabi niyo visual artist, very broad ho ito.
Opo.
Ano po yung mga art styles niyo? What exactly do you, what mediums do you employ?
Yes. Sa akin naman yung style ko is, as of now, nasa abstract form na ako. Pero before that, I started impressions, tapos mga surreal and mga realistic one. So ngayon, ang mga ginagawa ko, pag commission works, mural paintings. Pero pag exhibitions, more on abstraction.
Okay, so talagang very wide yung inyong, because some artists tend to concentrate on one style. Kung maybe still life, yung sabi nyo nga, iba impressionist, yung iba abstract. Sa inyo, mukhang very varied yung inyong exposure at practice.
Yes. Kasi simula nung umpisa ako talaga, since na iyan ang parang hanap buhay ko na talaga. At the same time, lahat na kaya na-develop yung kahit anong sabihin na ism.
Yes.
So, pag sinabi kong anong ism, parang dinaanan ko. Then, pagpasok ko rin sa UP, parang na lang.
Let's talk about yung educational background nyo. Anong art training or did you undertake formal instruction sa art or fine arts or that kind of thing? Ano po yung background nyo?
Actually, when Din Hoya pumunta sa Naga na na-discover ako, sabi niya, nag-fine arts ka ba? Sabi ko, hindi ho, self-taught lang ako. So, he invited me to study in UP and give me a scholarship. So, at that time,
Fine arts.
Fine arts na talaga. So, parang naging formal yung aking training. So, pagdating sa UP, yun, lahat. Dinaanan ko yung mga
only at university level, yung talaga nagkaroon kayo na formal training, formal instruction in arts.
Yes,
Before that, as you said, self-taught.
Self-taught.
When you say self-taught, sabi nyo nga, sa tabing dagat, kukuha lang kayo ng papel or watercolors maybe, tapos paint lang kayo.
Yes. Sariling, kumbaga sariling training, sariling practice, basta sarili lahat. Wala pang mga nababasa, wala pang basta talagang purely yun lang yung niya.
And since then, you've come such a long way. Sabi nga, over 30 years na kayong artist. Saan po kayo nakapag-exhibit na ho?
Yes, actually sa Europe. Sa Milan, sa Vienna, sa Berlin, sa Hague, sa Paris, France, yun, sa Rome, saka sa marami. Hindi ko lang at the same time sa US. Okay. US, sa New York, Chicago, San Francisco, LA, Las Vegas, and others. Wow, so talagang naging international ho kayo. Starting from Naga, and now all your works are being displayed already in different places around the world. Starting from small barrio.
Yes.
From small barrio to Naga, and then to Manila, and then yun, lumabas na.
You're really the pride of Bicol sa larangan ng arts talaga.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about I introduced you as a visual artist.
Yes.
Kayo po ay isang pintor.
Opo.
What kind of paint do you use usually? Are you an oil painter? Are you a watercolor?
I use acrylic, oil, and watercolor. But ngayon, karamihan acrylic paint.
Okay.
So, dahil dyan sa mga obra ko ngayon, halos acrylic or mixed media.
Pag canvas, you use acrylic?
Canvas, yes.
Mostly acrylic. Now, sa mga mural niyo, what kind of, you use oil for your murals?
Murals, mga oil paints. Para
Which murals po have you done? Saan namin matatagpuan ng mga mural ni Mr. Pancho Piano?
Of course, sa Naga, marami. Sa mga simbahan ulit, sa mga hotels, and then sa mga residences. Dito naman sa Manila, marami rin. Sa mga residents.
And I understand, aside from being a painter, you've branched out na rin sa larangan ng stained glass.
Stained glass.
Paano kayo napasok ko sa stained glass?
Actually, naging art director ako or art consultant sa isang glass company. And then, yun, pinag-igihan kong matutunan. So, yun, natuto ako doon sa glass designs and mga stained glass.
Kasi ibang naman yan.
Ibang
coming
medium.
from painting on canvas or a wall, ngayon pupunta kayo sa glass, putting together glass pieces to form a work of art.
A work of art.
Was it difficult pa? Mahirap ba para sa inyo to make that transition po from being a painter on canvas to being a stained glass artist?
Hindi naman mahirap kasi kumbaga ibang medium lang 'yon. Pero masaya naman at ibang result, yung outcome parang ang ganda kasi sabi ko this is like an sculpture na parang nasa labas saka nakikita ng tao. Lalong-lalo na sa church. Lalong-lalo.
I was gonna come to that talk kasi usually when you paint on canvas, mas accessible yan sa buyers. Ilalagay lang sa bahay, sa opisina, as you said, to decorate maybe a nice place. Pero yung stained glass, very limited ho yung market. Sino po yung inyong market for stained glass? Sino po yung bibili ng, yung mga ito, are there groups ho na nagko-commission sa inyo na gumawa ng stained glass specific or nagbebenta ho kayo ng stained glass works in your exhibits?
Actually, ang mga clients ko siyempre mga churches, mga simbahan, at the same time residents, mga bahay na bagong tayo na nagpapadesign, yung mga ganun. Pero karamihan mga simbahan, mga church, mga Catholic church.
And a lot in Naga.
Oo, almost in Bicol talaga.
Yes.
At the same time pala mayroon akong nagawa Saipan, saka sa Palau.
Now, as I mentioned my opening spiel, sabi ko nga ngayon po ay kasalukuyan ay National Arts Month sa buong Pilipinas, and ito yung isang initiative po ng National Commission for Culture and Arts.
Yes.
And you being an artist po, ano po yung nakikita niyong current trends sa art ngayon sa Pilipinas?
Sa Pilipinas parang ang current mga ngayon contemporary art. So yung mga presenting sitwasyon. So yun ang halos, lalo na yung mga kabataan, yung mga young artists, yun ang mga dinedepict nila, yung mga present situation ngayon. So medyo mahina yung mga noon na traditional, yung depende na lang sa artist.
I guess also it's because of yung impluensya po ngayon ng mass media.
Yes.
Unlike in your generation, maybe. Okay, let me rephrase the question. How would you compare po yung training na, let's say, yung pagka-self-study niyo po when growing up, self-taught as an artist, compared to the young people today na nag-aaral maging artist? Ano po yung pagkakaiba?
Sa bagay, siguro mas maswerte ako. Kasi yung environment mismo ang aking parang pinapraktisan. Yung natural. Unlike ngayon, hindi naman sa sa ibang young artist. Ngayon kasi marami ng mga computer, maraming pwedeng shortcut na sa paggawa ng arte. Samantalang kami noon, talagang 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Kaya hindi naman sa sa ibang artist talaga.
Yes.
Pagdating na sa sketching, sa on the spot, wala na eh. So, yun, kaya advice ko rin sa kanila na sariling practice baga.
Pero maganda ho I think sa current young people today na sumisikap na maging artist, I mean, yung multimedia yung internet, because of this, na-expose sila sa iba't ibang styles of art. Unlike maybe in the previous generation, kailangan mag-research pa sa libro. Paano if you came from a small town in
like
Bicol, halimbawa, I mean, syempre, you have to go to maybe Naga, go to a library, hand an art book. Yeah. But these days, anywhere.
Yes.
Mag-internet lang. You can visit, you can see paintings of the masters, the Impressionist masters, Monet,
So yan naman ang advantage ngayon. So yung mga bata ngayon saka yung magugulat ka ang gaganda ng works. Talagang ang gaganda. Malayo din sa amin. So yun ang advantage din ngayon.
Now let's talk about your abstract style. Yung inyong abstract style, do you see this art form progressing sa Pilipinas? Naging mas popular ba itong art form na itong abstract? Kasi pag sabing abstract parang anyone can get into it.
Yes.
Diba? Unlike, let's say, if you're an impressionist or if you're a realist style painter, ang hirap po maging ganun kung wala kang kamay talaga.
Yes.
Diba? Ano pong masasabi niyo tungkol doon?
Para bang, ako kasi, sa akin naman, kumbaga marami na akong nagawang mga impressions, mga realisms, mga figurative, mga ganon. So, para bang medyo nasasayan ako ngayon pag gumagawa ko ng abstract rendition.
In fact, sir, while we're talking about your style, I think we brought some photos which we got from the internet, and may ako if a flash show while we're talking about it. So, let's talk about inspiration. When you create a masterpiece, okay, let's say you're thinking of a masterpiece.
Yes.
Asan po kayo kumukuha ng inspirasyon para dito?
Depende sa topic, halimbawa. Halimbawa, ang topic ko, Piña Francia. So, from that point of view, since na-experience ko, nakikita ko, na-observe ko, so madali sa akin. So, doon ako kumukuha. Basta depende sa subject matter. So, halimbawa, kung ano naman to, halimbawa, kung history, yun, magbabasa ako, magre-research ako. So, pero based from that subject, siyempre yung experience ko rin, yung observations ko, yun ang inilalagay ko. At the same time, siyempre na-inspired ako sa aking pamilya. Support nila, yung ganon. Saka sa mga friends.
Things you see around you here, we have a picture of you ho. Ito yung mukhang stained glass ho, itong tinuturo nyo. Asan po to? Itong picture na to?
Yan ay sa Basilica. Piña Francia Basilica.
So ito isang ehemplo po ng inyong stained glass work.
Yan ang devotion to Piña Francia.
Sa mga internet sites nga, they call you isang artist na very devoted talaga kay Ina.
Yes.
Because of your dedication to the Peña Francia festival. Very famous in Bicol.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, let's talk about your advice. What advice can you give to young artists today who want to get into your field?
Sa mga young artist, okay yun yung mag-research, okay yun magbasa, talaga. Tapos practice at the same time, yung attitude, maging humble lang. Tapos practice talaga. So,
Alam nyo, in the first video that came out before we came on cam, yun nga, parang it said there, it was a whole group of artists saying that anyone can be an artist.
Yes.
Kailangan lang honest ka lang sa sarili mo, kailangan courageous ka, and very expressive because sabi nga nila, one cannot live without art. So, can anyone be an artist?
Yes. Pwede naman.
Even me?
Oo, yeah. Oo. Madali lang maging artist. Siyempre, bawat tayo may kanya-kanyang expression. So once na naglagay ka ng color, naglagay ka ng any object o any painting na yun, artwork na yun.
So art talaga is an expression of yourself.
Yes.
So there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, kumbaga, it's not a test. It's an expression of oneself.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Because like that's a dilemma ko facing many people na who want to get into the arts, who want to become artists, who want to paint, pero feeling nila, wala akong talent. You know, I can't draw well. I can't draw figures well. I can't draw landscapes well. Ano po yung advice nyo sa mga taong gano'n na halimbawa hindi magaling mag-drawing ko ng mukha or ng landscape? Ano po payo nyo?
Pwedeng maging impressionist or abstractionist. Pero yun lang sa ano mo, sa nafi-feel mo sa sarili mo. Madali lang yun, yung kasi once na yun nga mag-apply ka ng color, may lalabas diyan. Para bang ma-discover mo bakit sa ganun. So, what pinaka kasi naisip ko aking share ko appreciate pinaka masaya ako appreciate time na-share sa aking society.
You mentioned kasi Alvarez, sabi nga get source for them. Yung halimbawa sa internet, ikaw nag-pass, all art. You need to share them with other people.
Yung pera, yung may share na may pakita. Ganito bro. Malaking yan.
Future plan po yan. You will to exist dyan. Viewers ay nasa but hopefully we will be let's talk about itong exhibition.
Plan natin ay magiging impressions para kung ano makikita ko doon. At the same time, i-share ko yung ating kultura. So it will be parang na may pala. So,
anong kasi kung paintings ang international
festivals and modern
sabi niyo you're impressed with Georgia, you also create some paintings of Georgian scenes.
Yes.
Gusto yun, like how will you put it?
Talaga kasi medyo impressionist style.
Given your age, you will put painting. Georgian scenes, ito ay
yes.
And let's date because we'll actual Georgian painting, right? Guys, don't go
something in the world that exists that affects people.
It is what allows us to feel.
Without it, we're nothing more than robots, just rocks.
If you don't have art, you merely exist. Art draws out the humanity. So art elevates existence into something else. Does that make sense?
We are unable to inspire and to move people into action.
It's your way of sharing and giving back to the people.
Without art, I think life will be boring.
Because everyone has to have some sense of creativity in their life.
It's not beautiful without art.
If you have a point of view, you are an artist.
An artist is someone who sees things that no one else sees.
With the mindset of moving the society forward.
Anyone can be an artist. artist as long as you are honest.
Courageous. Art makes you just that much more sensitive to things around you.
To allow growth in our lives.
A reflection of the beliefs and the desires.
It pushes me to improve every day.
It makes me appreciate all the little things.
Iba yung tingin mo sa mundo eh. Art is everything.
Hindi ako mabubuhay kung walang art eh.
Actor and director.
Actress.
I'm an actor, singer, actor,
It's an actress and a singer.
actor, playwright,
Theater actor.
An actress. An actress.
Actor.
I'm a human being.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Maarte ako.
Be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Conan. And on this show, we talk about everything under the sun. And tonight's topic is once again about art, as we are celebrating National Arts Month. Now, folks, last week we had Cecil Guidote Alvarez, the former National Commission for Cultural Arts Executive Director. She's also the president of the Philippine chapter of the UNESCO, of the ITI, of the International Theatre Institute, and the founder of UNESCO Dream Saver Center. She was a guest last week, and she shared with us her insights on how to empower people, how to change society, how to change the world using art. Today, we're having another guest on the show who is also an artist, a very talented, very dynamic visual artist, who will also talk about art, but with a twist. Because aside from talking about his work and
For me, art is an agent of change.
Anything that highlights life.
They know it's an art form when it has a story, when it speaks to them.
Art is an expression of the soul. Pinapakita nito kung anong kaya ng tao.
The product of the reaction to something.
And passion.
And anything in between.
It's the highest form of language.
So it's gotta be honest.
A vehicle for expressing your thoughts, your emotions.
That when we see it, we can't keep it. We need to share it.
It's not shared by two or more people, then it's just the work of a crazy person.
For me, art is important because
It makes you think.
I like the idea of